No, not today, Satan. Dun dun dun. You are coming with me. Hey, welcome back. I've had an opportunity to gather my thoughts, and so there's some things I want to share with you about how to thrive, not just survive, when you reach that wonderful golden years of semi-retirement. But you don't really have to apply these to semi-retirement. They're really good for anybody. So there are three things that I think have been really helpful to me, and that's what I want to share with you. First is to apply the idea of thriving in my home. When I moved into my current spot here in this little apartment, it was necessary for me to downsize. And I know some folks really love the idea of downsizing. Some folks just don't. And they've taken a long time to gather their favorite things together, and they don't really want to part with them. So in that case, I would say the downsize just in quantity, but not quality. So reevaluate what things are really important to you and take it from there and go slow. It will pay off. Secondly, I would say in your hobbies, one thing that I found really helpful was to start looking at my hobbies and see how I could expand into a little further into doing more with them. So I had reached a point with sewing and quilting where I had made clothing made for myself and for grandchildren. I started quilting and learned how to free motion quilt. And I don't have the patience to make large blankets on a home sewing machine, but I have the ability, the technical ability to do it. But what I decided to do was to start working on small projects, things that I could use as wall hangings or as placemats or as a table runner or a bed foot cover, pillow covers, anything that would be the same thing but smaller. And so far, so good. I actually found a great book that I will show a picture of and link to that I got secondhand for just a few bucks, and it's got over 100 different small quilt patterns. So I've been very happy with the ones I've made so far, and so I recommend you check it out. Not only that, but moving into an apartment, I couldn't take all of my quilting cotton, all of my patterns. I couldn't take everything with me. I did have to leave and get rid of a few sewing machines, so I'm down to 2 machines now. And so far, so good. Like I'm working with an antique, a Singer 401 that I absolutely love, and it makes perfect stitch, and I'm very happy about it. So there's that when it comes to your hobbies. Downsize a little bit, but also if you do something like crocheting, for example, see if you can move up to knitting. Just try it for a couple of weeks, and if you don't like it, then of course you don't have to continue. So I would focus on that. And as far as lifestyle with a semi-retired life, you're still working occasionally. I still work 2 to 3 days a month, sometimes 4 when it's holidays and I have to come in, or when they really desperately need someone to come in and replace a call out. But there's another way that you can thrive is by learning to take on something different. So I've been going to water aerobics classes now for a couple of years, and at one point, one of the teachers, actually a couple of the teachers, were saying, things are getting to a point where we're going to have no teachers because it's so and so is retiring, etc. And I was like, well, that's terrible. This is so healthy, such a good healthy exercise, and I would really miss it. And she said, well, would you be interested in teaching? Yes. Yeah, sure. I would love to teach. I have taught in the past. Um, I liked the teaching part. I didn't like working for that particular company. But anyway, so I said, sure. And so for $80, I got online and got my certification to be a water aerobics instructor. And than the process of trying to get hired. Now, any of you all know that if you work for the county, you know things don't go rapidly. They just don't. So that's taken time, but eventually I will get to the point where I will have a class. But today was really cool because my instructor asked me, would you like to come up and teach the class for 10 or 15 minutes just to get used to it? And I was like, sure, absolutely. I jumped at the chance and it went well. And it was a really good experience. So let yourself learn some new stuff, even if it's something that you already feel like you know. Take on a new aspect of it and enjoy it even more. And another way that you can improve things in your semi-retired life or your home life is start using AI. Yeah, I have gray hair. I'm in my 60s and I like using AI. I have asked it to help me write quilt patterns. And just recently, I just opened up the Google Assistant box, and just the first thing it asked me was, "Hey Pam, what's new?" And I said, "Okay, here's what's new. I've started the process of becoming an aqua aerobics teacher," and it said, "Oh well, if you want me to come up with a playlist for you for songs that are 128 beats per minute, just let me know." Like all I did was tell it what was going on that was new. And I got some really useful help. So I would not encourage you to have a relationship with AI. I've been hearing about that. But I would encourage you to utilize it as a tool to make you thrive and not just get by and just get to the point where you feel like you're only surviving. So take that extra pie and cut it up and put it in the freezer. When you go online, use AI for some suggestions to help your day be even better than originally was. Try some new stuff. And most of all, keep smiling. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.